Yeah, so when I first met Hannah, Hannah had a list and she said that whatever happened in our relationship, I was always going to be second to the family dogs. I think after that speech, I'm just struggling to be on any list at all, to be honest with you. Yeah, anyway, the bigger news today is that I have a wife.
I think it's fair to say Luke did have to chase Hannah a little, and it's pretty obvious if you look at some of their early messages where Luke marvels at the number of London landmarks named after company. The O2 Arena, the Coca-Cola London Eye, the Emirates Airline. It was as if he really thought that would somehow wow her, and it's a bit of a miracle that we're all here today.
Right, where should we start? Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good to see everybody. And yeah, just got a little job for you, Luke. Hang on a minute. Anna, can you just put your hand on the table?
What are you doing?
No, just put your hand on your table. Do as you're told, dear. I know. That's it, Luke. Now, Luke, put your hand on top of Hannah's. That's it. Good. Now, you keep an eye on that, right? Little bit. If you want to do memories of our daughter growing up, which is a bit a while ago now, so we'll just test the memories. So, as you do, you go through the hospital run, and there we are, sort of quite late. One evening, about the 25th of October, what's that, 92, wasn't it? Yeah. Well, Hannah's normally on time, but she couldn't really make up her mind whether she wanted to arrive or not, so couldn't really do much to help the situation. So they sort of sat me next door, and fortunately there's TV on there, and as luck would have it, it was motorsport on. Formula One. Mr. Mansell, well, I don't know if all you can remember Mr. Mansell, but he was quite a committed lad when it came to driving. And basically he won that Grand Prix, and he won that gave him a championship for that year, which is quite remarkable. Yeah, for Williams. Now, there is a connection, but that will come in a bit later. Anyway, Hannah sort of grew up and got into the real world, and as few as you know, she probably came and helped me out on my job, my work. She was employed there to help us out, really on the Saturdays and then on the holidays. And yeah, soon got an older customer, well respected, and soon it wasn't long before she would actually take responsibility for my job when I had sort of days off. Which is lovely, but then she remembered it all in minute details. She got it all filled in and relayed to you over the meal and in the evening. So there we go. I was well caught up with everything, but it wasn't quite a day off from work. But what happened then? University. Yeah, top maths degree. Well done, daughter. I always made 2 and 2 make 5, but I think Hannah made it 6.5 or something when it comes to doing these accounts. But then Luke came on the scene. Yeah, here we are. Here we are today. Have you still got your? Oh yeah, that's good. Right, okay. Right. Now where we go? Oh, back to motorsport. Sorry about very quickly. Not really motorsport, but yeah, Hannah done well on the driving there on a dear old family Mondeo, and it got her through a driving test, one thing and another. And yeah, she's quite happy to borrow that, and she sort of come home for weekends, and we're all quite pleased that these days it's really good and it's miles to the gallon. So you'd have your 50 odd whatever, but you know, that would disappear to about 30 something, and it'd only been to Ashford and back, so I think we'd have Mr. Mansell sitting on the back seat somehow, you know, and some of it must have rubbed off anyway. Yeah, at home, inherited a few cherry trees from Grandad and Mum, and Mum and Dad, etc. really, so we've still got cherry trees. Hence the little bottles on the table here today, so they're just a little gift from us, sort of cherry brandy. Thank you very much, thank you. So Luke, congratulations, well done to both of you, we're proud of you, but probably mate, that's the last time you'll get the upper hand. So.
Today, Friday the 22nd of July 2022, is the day that Hannah and Luke, nicknamed Hanouk, will say I do. You are both so lucky to have so many friends and family here today, with special mention for your grandmas, Grandma Jill, Grandma Janet and Grandma May. If life gets tough, we are always here to support you both and lend a listening ear.
I'm fine. Yeah, I know, you've let go of it, yeah. Anna, I give you this ring.
As a token of my love.
As a token of my love and loyalty.
And as a reminder.
And as a reminder.
Of the vows I have made to you today.
Of the vows that I have made to you today.
May you wear it with love.
May you wear it with love.
Now and always.
Now and always.
Luke, I give you this ring.
As a token of my love and loyalty.
As a token of my love and loyalty.
And as a reminder.
As a reminder.
Of the vows I have made to you today.
Of the vows I have made to you today.
May you wear it with love.
May you wear it with love.
Now and always.
Now and always. Oh.
So Luke and Hannah both work incredibly hard with long hours. Luke getting up some days at 5 AM to be in the office at 7. Hannah works long hours and some weekends on a regular basis too. They support each other and have common goals. They make a great team. So I'm so lucky to have another lovely daughter-in-law to join with Vicky.
I'm sure everyone knows who I am after my excellent performance at the ceremony earlier. But for those who don't, I'm Miles and I'm Luke's taller and younger, like I put it out, twin brother. And I'm really keen to emphasise the word twin today because of Luke's great decision to marry the beautiful bride, Hannah. It is fair to say it's not always the case that I'd like to be closely associated with Luke, so that word doesn't always come out. That's something I found out recently when I heard that Luke was so stingy and so frugal that he used to try and not charge his phone unless he got to work. Just for the record, I'd also like to point out that Luke criticised me on my wedding day for having it on a Friday, but what a surprise, here we are again. Now, growing up with Luke, as you might be surprised, wasn't that easy. Being a twin definitely has its benefits, but Luke at times could be quite needy and demanding, and often he would say to me, "Miles, stop being so boring, let's go and do something." But fortunately now that's often what's still said, and even to me at times, but luckily more to Hannah, so thanks for Hannah for taking that one. But growing up we both had similar interests, but in many ways we're also different. I had a poster of a female wrestler on my wall. Luke opted for a poster of Mary Kate and Ashley from a magazine cutout, which is another set of famous twins. I haven't asked him what magazine he was reading which had that photo in, but leave that one for the imagination. We both had a particular interest growing up in games. Fortunately, over time, it was more normal ones. It was Scrabble, Payday, Uno, which Luke still loves to this day. But one of Luke's first game suggestions was called "Can you put a bead up your nose?" It turns out I lost that one because I ended up having to go to hospital to have it removed. Be careful what advice you listen to from Luke. Now Luke's really lucky to have a wife as strong-willed now in his life as Hannah, as before he met her, as Dad alluded to earlier, 10 years ago his life choices were slightly questionable. We could have had a lot more similar lives. We both had offers to the same universities. We ended up with the same job offer for PwC at Gatwick, but I went to Exeter and Luke went to York. And when Luke went to York, he had a bit of a culture shock there. He rang me one day and just said he couldn't understand half the people in the pub. Luckily for today, I found out recently on his stag that to help blend in, Luke used to practice saying the word mate in front of the mirror. So if anyone needs advice on fitting in somewhere new, please go and see Luke and he'll give you some good tips. Yeah. Now, Luke would tell you, his success at York, and particularly on the university radio, was pretty legendary. I think he hit a peak, was it 15 listeners? It was 16, there we go. So, I thought with so many of us here today, what a great opportunity to replay some of those moments. Yeah, so you should, yeah. Now, yeah, I'm not sure Luke had many fans at university, but I'm sure those 15 fans were very loyal, so yeah. And actually it was at the perfect time, because it was just as Luke was leaving university. And unfortunately he started trying his luck a bit at dating websites. But unfortunately he complained to me and several others in the room that can attest to this, that they must be broken because he never got any matches. Now, for those who know Luke, obviously you know he likes a good joke. You've heard he's careful with money at times, and particularly careful at other times. But I can't finish up without saying how great a brother Luke is. He's always kind and he's caring, and he might not be generous with money all the time, but he's very generous with his time, and he's always there when you need him. So yeah, really, really lucky to have Luke as a brother. He also loves a great honey sandwich made by Mum. So he turned up to one on his stag do. He mentioned it in his leaving email at PwC, and I wouldn't be surprised if we have them later today. Now, I've known Hannah for 5 years, and I know she'll definitely provide the beauty and brains to Luke's brawn. Luke's really lucky to have such an honest and strong-willed and caring wife now, like Hannah, and I'm really lucky and feel really excited to have Hannah now part of the family as my new sister. The last few months have obviously been really testing. I don't know if everyone knows, but Luke and Hannah have been through a lot with the house move, attempted house purchase, lots going on at work, planning the honeymoon and planning today, and it's been really excellent. And yeah, you can tell the effort you put into planning today. So it's a great test of your relationship, going through really stressful times like you're going through, and you have been going through recently. So it's a great testament to what you can get through when you're at together.
Yeah, anyway, the bigger news today is that I have a wife. Grandma Jill still thinks it's a turnout for the books, but yeah, maybe some of you do too, I'm not sure. But I think overall our families are pretty well balanced. Hannah's family, they love dogs, and Dad single-handedly by himself counters that love.
We're working on it.
Yeah. Vanessa works in a hospital. Mum, being squeamish, couldn't think of anything worse. Daniel's good at carpentry. Mars has soft and gentle hands. So, yeah. Good old E45, eh? Yeah. So I had to get one back, come on. Daniel's girlfriend, Hannah, loves horses. Vicky, allergic. Neil is a big fan of chickens. My side of the family like cooking them.
Well, you come some arrangement.
Yeah. But I think, judging by today's dietary requirements in here, the chicken would need to be gluten, vegan, dairy, and makey-uppy free with skin on the sides before any of you lot would eat it. But Hannah does love her food, and when we first started dating, I tried to be a bit edgy, which was clearly a mistake. I invited Hannah out to have some jerk chicken in Brixton, followed by 12 Years a Slave in the cinema. Yeah. Can you imagine? The restaurant was more of a greasy spoon cafe, and all I'm going to say is I've never handled spicy jerk chicken so well. But I did try to make it up with Hannah. I invited Hannah out to have a nice restaurant meal in Clapham. During the course of our meal, we were served sheep's brain. Before, and if you go thinking, judging by today's comments, there goes stingy old Luke again, I can assure you that sheep's brain is overpriced. Yeah. The other love of Hannah's is online shopping, you know, parcel a day, as I say. Sorry?
Just like her mother.
Just like her mother. But there was one purchase that I made online, which was for Hannah's engagement ring. I spent hours and days doing my research looking for the perfect voucher code. Yeah. I can assure you hotukdeals.com does not have 5% off. But yeah, code expired. But when the ring finally did arrive, Hannah bounded to the door. When she looked at the parcel, thought it was strange that I'd ordered something, so Googled the return address. She kind of worked out at this point it might have been an engagement ring, so 3 times that day said to me, "Luke, what's in the parcel?" Suspecting something was up, I brought forward my engagement plans. That evening we were out for a walk, happened to go to the top of Greenwich Hill, and nice view over London. I tried to coax Hannah away from the tourists into a spot. Hannah being Hannah said no, went the opposite direction. Yeah. Finally I proposed. She said yes, obviously. But the 3 things that I learned, clearly, but the 3 things that I learned was that, I guess, first, Hannah can't keep secrets. Second, I can't have any. And third, I had absolutely no chance of getting her to say obey in the wedding vows today. But I do want to say a big thank you to Neil, Vanessa and Daniel in particular for making me feel part of the family. I've always felt really welcomed. I'm just hoping at this point that Daniel doesn't keep leveraging on marrying his sister. But yes, you did beat me at clay pigeon shooting when you had a shotgun in your hand. So there we go. But a big thank you to Miles and Vicky. Been a big great support over the years. Miles also for organising my stag doing the speech today, sadly. But also, you know, just we go back a long way. So yeah, just for being there as well. A big thank you to all of you. Clearly, you've all made a massive effort, just from Hannah and I, to be here today. I know a couple of you have come down from Scotland even separately today, so big thank you to them. Don't worry, neither are Scottish, but it's all fine. To my parents, they've sacrificed a lot for Miles and I to go to private school. My dad was commuting for 20 years, 2 hours a day each way, you know, 6 till 7 p.m. So thank you very much to both of you. And finally, to Hannah. Now, I don't know if any of you heard earlier, I said Hannah looks amazing, and she rolled her eyes. So I've been told that if I say anything emotional, divorce is on the cards quite quickly. But I think the fact that we're standing here today says all that needs to be said. But on this point, if you could all just be up and standing with me and raise your glasses to my beautiful wife, Hannah.
they just keep plugging away at things.